Let's start out with our first color, which is going to be pink. So with the color pink in your art box, grab that, and we're going to use this on the insides of our Bambi's ears. So if you're using markers like I am today, go ahead and use those, or anything you have in your art box with the color pink. We're going to start out on the left ear here, the inner part right in here. We have Bambi's ear, and we want to make that a nice bright pink. So let's get that pink out and color that in. And we're going to go across and do the same thing on here, the right side. So this inner part here on the inside of Bambi's ear on the right, color it in. Take your time, nice and easy. And you can go ahead and outline it first if that makes it easier for you, and then color it in just like that. Beautiful. So once you're done with that, you can move your pink to the side, and we'll move on to our second color, which is going to be a light tan. So if you have a light tan similar to this one here, or anything similar to this color in your art box, if you're using markers or crayons or colored pencils, grab that. And we're going to use this on most of Bambi's body. So the outside of Bambi's body, we'll start out at the very top right here on the ears. Let's go back up to the left ear and color this in with this light tan. So what will work if you don't have the same color name, you can use a light brown, or just regular brown will be good as well. So look for any of those colors in your art box, and it will look just as beautiful at the end. So you can go ahead and start out with that first left ear, okay? And we're going to leave this white right in here for a little later on. Let's go back to the top, and let's color in right over here above the eye. This color will be the same. So we're going to color a little bit around Bambi's eyes, okay? So we're going to avoid a few little spots and leave those for another color a little later on. So here you see this shape, just color around this shape around the eyes and the eyebrows, and then we're going to follow along and just end it right over here on the right side. Now let's move on to the right ear for Bambi and color that in with the same color, and beautiful. And then leave that other part of the inside of the ear white just for now. And then this little part on the outside we'll color with the same color we have in our hand, just like that. Now let's move on to the rest of Bambi's body. So we're going to use this color right here around the nose. So this area underneath the eyes will get this same color. So use this color and be very careful because it gets a little small right around Bambi's nose and mouth. So just take your time and outline it if that helps you. Here around the chin, you see this chin line, we're going to just use that as our guide. So let's go ahead and just color that in just like that and connect it. And let's color it in once you have your little outline. And you can go ahead and just take your time coloring in the rest of Bambi's face. And right over here, let's just not pass the line for Bambi's eyes. So right in here, just make a little line for yourself so you know where to stop. And we're going to color the rest of that in with a different color in a little while, just like that. And get right here underneath Bambi's mouth with the same color. Perfect. You're all doing a terrific job out there. Great work. And now let's jump down a little bit. We're going to leave this white for now, and let's move on to the rest of Bambi's body, which gets this color. So start out here on the left leg, and then we'll work our way over with the same color. Beautiful. Just like this. Excellent. And then we'll move on to the rest of the body. Let's leave these little circles here that you see on Bambi's body, the little marks that he has, all in white for now, because these are going to actually get a different color in a little while. So be very careful because there's very small spaces here, okay? So do the best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but just color around those circles as they'll get a different color in a little while. Beautiful. Just like that. So I'm just taking my time and working around those. Let's leave the part of Bambi's belly here in the middle, that same white, because that'll be a different color as well. Excellent. And now we are coloring the rest of Bambi's side, and then the legs are next, just like that. Outline it for yourself first, just like this, if it makes it easier, and then you can color it in all the way down. Perfect. Excellent. Now we have the other side of Bambi's body right in here. Let's color that in for Bambi, just like that. And now the bottom piece here. And then we have one more spot where it shows Bambi's back leg. We want to let's make sure we don't forget that as well. And now that you're done with that leg, it's right over here. This is Bambi's back leg. So let's make sure to color that in with that same color, just like that. Now we can move on to our third color, which will be a light peach. So if you have a peach or light peach similar to this one, go ahead and grab that from your art box. And we're going to use this to start filling in a lot of those spaces we left white inside of Bambi's body. So let's start out here back again with the ears. So go back up inside the ear, in between that pink and that light tan or light brown color that you used, and color that in with that peach. And same thing on the right side. It's very easy now that we've colored it in on both sides to just stay within the lines. But once the light peach gets on your page, it really makes a difference and starts to bring it all together. So these areas around Bambi's eyes that we left white, let's color these in with that peach as well, just like that. And also on the other side. Beautiful. And now we're going to move down to the rest of Bambi's body. So all of these little dots that we left white, let's color those in with our peach, and it starts to blend in really nicely with the rest of Bambi's body. Here on the left side, color this in peach as well, which is inside of our Bambi's body, just like that. And then over here, we're going to do this very same thing in the middle, right in the middle area of Bambi's body. We start to color this big area here in peach as well, just like that. Beautiful. And almost done here. And once we're finished here, we can move on to a few of the last pieces on our Bambi. Excellent work. So let's move on to now coloring in the remaining parts that are in white on our Bambi, which we'll start out with the hair, the little piece of hair that we see on the middle of Bambi's head. Let's use a dark brown. So in my hand here, I have like a darker brown. So try to find a brown that's a little darker than the one you used on Bambi's skin. And for that, we'll color it in using a different color to give our Bambi a little more colorful look in terms of all of the different brown shades and light peach shades that we have. So you see how this different shade of brown does a little something unique for our Bambi. Here, let's use this same color on Bambi's eyes. So you see these circles, we want to leave those white in the middle, but try your best to work around those little circles. And then you can come right around just like that. Leave that little spot white. And same thing on the right side. We want to work all the way around as best as we can and fill in that big, beautiful eye. So let's skip on down and use this brown on the feet. So the remaining places here that we have in Bambi's legs that are white, let's color those in with this darker shade of brown, just like that. So now let's move on to coloring in Bambi's nose, and we'll color this in black. So you get any black from your art box that you have, and we want to just quickly color in Bambi's entire nose with that black. So just be very careful because the black can overpower any other color on your page. So once you do that, you can actually set your black to the side. So now we have our Bambi colored in. Let's move on to coloring in our background a little with some wonderful colors, starting out with a aqua. So if you have any aqua or light blue, let's use this on the few clouds that we have behind our Bambi. So we could start out by making it easier for ourselves. Let's outline the clouds that we see here, just like that. And then once you outline the clouds, you can go back in and color them in very quickly, just to give you a little something extra on your page. And with these extra colors, what you'll see is it really starts to brighten it up that much more. So I'm going to just do the same thing with all of my clouds that you see on this page. Just outline them first, and then we can color them in. You can use any shade of blue that you want, that you may have available in your art box, because all of the blues will work nicely as part of the clouds. Here on the right side, same thing. Just follow those round shapes there, and we can just color them in once we have them, just like that. Beautiful. We have one last cloud left on our page that we cannot leave all by itself. Let's color that in. Beautiful. Very nice. Okay, so why don't we move on to our next color? Let's add some more brightness to this page by grabbing yellow. So grab the color yellow from your art box, and let's use it back here where we see some mountains. You see these mountains that are behind our Bambi? It'd be nice to really color these in with something bright. So I'm going to choose yellow, but you can choose any color that works for you. It can be an orange or something bright. I suggest something bright. Get as creative as you want. So I'm going to just color these in just like so, and make sure to just outline it for myself. And once I have it outlined, I can go back in and color it nice and neat. So yeah, you can go one by one if you want to do it that way with the mountains, or you could just color them all in at the same time. Totally up to you. You have creative freedom with this entire page, just like that. And once you get close to your Bambi, of course, just be a little careful, because you want to make sure you don't have too many of those colors overlapping each other. That's the only thing you want to be careful with when you're coloring. And inside, in between the Bambi's legs, we'll use the same color. And same thing on this side. Is taking your time as you move along, and you're having a fun time coloring this page in. More colors are coming out as you color more and more of this wonderful page of Bambi. And once we get towards the end here, we'll do one more color, the very bottom together. Excellent. You see how this yellow really adds to brightening up this page that much more, because the Bambi's colors have a lot of brown tones, and so some of the extra colors are helping to bring this whole page to life. So once we are done with our yellow, let's find a gray. So if you have any shade of gray in your art box, let's grab that, and we'll finish out the bottom of our picture right underneath here where Bambi is standing with our gray, just like so. And once I outline it, then we can just go all the way down, just like this, just like so. And you can choose any color you'd like for the ground. Today, I just felt like a gray would be a nice solid color that wouldn't be too dark for the bottom of our page. And so this gray here at least defines the ground that Bambi is standing on, and doesn't take away too much from all the other wonderful colors that we have on our page. So let's go ahead and start to finish it out. You can fill it in as much as you'd like. So now we finished coloring in our page of Bambi together using 8 colors.